Hello. Man, can't believe it's already been another week. Hope things are going good there. Well, let's jump right into it. Chapter 5, Vanilla Ice. Following Himeko-san, we came to the first floor cafeteria. We went up to a convenient table and sat next to each other. Maybe it was because it was right at lunch. The cafeteria was surprisingly crowded, not only with people from outside, but also people who seemed involved with the hospital. As for myself, because my home was close, I never used it before, but more people seemed to use it than I had thought.
じゃあ、何でも好きなの言ってね。
Oh yeah, they're treating us. Sweet. And then Himeko-san passed over a menu with a practiced air.
ゆっくり選んでくれていいわよ。チョコでもミントでもシャーベットでもなんでも好きなのにしてね。
Thanks, One-san. She happily continued with the words. However, no matter how much I would look at the menu, it didn't seem like I had much to debate over.
じゃあ、私はちょっと待った。はい。ズバリ、私が予想してみましょう。
For some reason, when she interrupted me, she confidently started making her prediction. Certainly this was a menu with many different set meals and drinks. But from the start, the key item, ice cream, only came in vanilla. There wasn't really anything to predict here.
そうね。あなたの雰囲気からすると、バニラね。どう？もしかして当たってる？これは何かの冗談。
Gotta humor her.
違う！そこはメニューそれしかないじゃんって突っ込んでくれないと。
I didn't really get it, but the One-san got fired up all by herself.
もういいわ。じゃ、買ってくるから。
As she spoke, she got up from her seat and quickly went to buy. What that was just now, I wonder.
はい、お待たせ。
In a bit, Himeko-san returned. However, on the tray, there were 4 ice creams.
とりあえず、1人ノルマ2個だからね。
Forest and the symbol of death. Why? As the thought came to me, and faster than I could ask it, she placed 2 dishes in front of me as if that's how it was supposed to be. And she started eating before I did.
おいしい。やっぱ夏場はこれに限るわよね。
With a nod, I also started eating. It was a sherbet-like ice cream, and fit the season with its light taste.
説明？おいしい？うん。じゃあさ、もっと嬉しそうに言ってみて。おいしい。ああ、そうじゃなくって、もっとこう、なんていうかさ。
All this time, I wonder, just what in the world does she want me to do?
じゃあね、うまいぞーって言ってみて。うまいぞ。では次の問題です。ね。問題？まず、シャンデリアを10回言ってください。あ、素早く言わないとダメだからね。シャンデリア、シャンデリア、シャンデリア、シャンデリア。では、毒リンゴを食べたのは白雪姫。正解よ。
Maybe she wanted me to answer Cinderella?
さて、いよいよ盛り上がってまいりました。てなわけで、自己紹介タイムよ。
And Himeko-san was still charging herself up on her own. In these sorts of situations, I guess I should go along at least a little bit. Well, that's what I wound up thinking, but it felt impossible for me.
ねえねえ、節美の趣味って何？特にない。じゃあ、お料理とか得意だったりして？別に。意外なとこでカラオケ好きだったりとか、しかもアニソン好きで夏マシンガン歌えるとか。
Neko Neko Soft's Natsuwa Machine Gun song, famed for the amazing speed the stream of consciousness lyrics are shouted by Mizuhiro Shindo. It's rumored that people have sung the karaoke in real life. I see.
全然。それじゃ、今度は私の紹介する番ね。
Just when I wondered if I said all that much, Himiko-san suddenly stood up. Other people were wondering what was going on, looked over. But it seemed she didn't mind that at all.
こう見えても私、すっごい車好きなの。なんと国内 A 級まで持ってるのよ。えへん。
She even straightened up proudly and was excessively wound up. But to me, even if I was told national rank A, I had no idea what that meant.
それってすごいの？
Well, not that much. And in a flash, her energy disappeared. As for me, instead of that, I was more interested in something else.
なになに？質問 OK よ。ロータリーエンジンとか得意だから。そうじゃなくて、そんなの食べていいの？ああ、そういうことね。
Before my eyes, Himiko-san continued to gobble up her ice cream. It might have been obvious, but ice cream was not supposed to go over well with the sick. Of course, I didn't know much about Himiko-san's illness, but at least I knew she was someone from the 7th floor. Just looking at it normally, a sick person shouldn't be eating that much ice cream. But to my question,
ねえ、あなた知ってる？7階の面会時間って。
I answered with another question. What it had to do with being able to eat ice cream, I couldn't see. But I honestly shook my head. I'm sure that on the 3rd floor where I was always admitted, it was from 3 in the afternoon till 8 at night. However, only on Saturdays, mornings were allowed, and I figured the other floors probably had similar arrangements.
なんと、7階だけは24時間 OK なのよ。ついでに言えば、食事制限も特になし。そうなの？そりゃ無茶な大食いはダメだけど、基本的にいつでも好きなものを食べていいの。
While answering, she started to quickly eat ice cream again.
たくさんの制約があった病棟から7階ではいきなり自由になるのよね。
Free to die. Himiko-san laughed happily as she replied. However, the next words she spoke were in a totally different tone.
説明？この意味がわかるわね。
I gave a small nod. What is a hospice? To that, there are people who say it is a place to await new treatments, as well as people who say that it is a place to ease the heart. I'm sure that both of those were probably right, but for myself, it seemed like Himiko-san's words just now were more understandable.
そんなわけで、いつでも来てよね。暇だから。
With that, her usual cheery face returned. Normally she was like this, but I felt that once in a while, the facial expressions and words she used were very severe. Which one was the real Himiko-san, I didn't know. Most likely, both of them were. Well, I guess now we know how Sesame learned so much about cars. Around when the sun, which had been so high, was setting. After I left the hospital, I returned home.
ただいま。
At the empty front door, my voice reverberated. From that closed-off room, the moment I opened the door, a blast of hot air had come out. I opened the living room window and let in the outside air. Even just that much cooled the room. Looking at the clock, it was 4 o'clock. Still early for Mother to come home. I placed my slightly sweaty sailor uniform in the washing machine and changed into pajamas. And then, after I finished washing the rice, to help out Mother, who would be returning soon, I finished preparations for making dinner. Since I was feeling well at this point, I set myself to doing at least this much. Really, I could just relax in my room, but instead I switched on the fan in the living room. Father and Mother are working in the middle of this heat. For me alone to be in a cool, air-conditioned room, it gave me a bad feeling and I couldn't do it. She's home.
ただいま。おかえりなさい。
Mother returned from a part-time job. Almost always around this time, she would come home.
節美、もう晩ご飯済ませた？まだ。じゃあ、一緒に食べましょう。今日もたくさんコロッケもらってきたから。
Is it okay for me to be eating oily croquettes? Sitting at a table across from each other, the two of us started an early dinner. Because father's commute had lengthened, he often came home late, and so the times the two of us ate like this, separate from him, increased.
どう？美味しい？あ、よかったらポテトも食べてね。あなた好きでしょ？
With that, mother offered the plate of fries. Before, I had continued to eat them silently. Since then, it seemed mother thought I liked them.
実はお母さんね、昨日からポテトあげる係になったのよ。だから、実はこれだけ残り物じゃなかったりしてね。あ、別に心配いらないわよ。あなたが好きだって言ったらね、お店の人たちも好きなだけ持って帰れって言ってくれているんだし。
Cheerfully, happily, mother spoke on. Exactly what were the conditions that led the people at the store to say that? I didn't know. But just from imagining it, I was filled with guilt. For some reason, I was pained.
じゃあ、これからも楽しみにしていてね。
In front of such a mother, all I could do was just stay quiet and continue eating the fries, trying as best I could to eat as if they were delicious. A few days after, with the usual cicadas and the sun consecutively setting record heat, under such a sky, I came here once again. A high ceiling, a white room, a small folding chair on which I sit. However, even though I came here, it was just, I came here, simply that. It's not like we talked about anything special, and at least, I never brought up any interesting conversation topics. It was just on the level of sitting next to the unilaterally chatting Himiko-san, making uninteresting responses.
ねえ、一つ質問だけど。
Decisively, I tried asking a direct question.
私といて楽しい？ええ、あなたといると退屈知らずよ。嫌味？とんでもない。すっごく楽しいわよ。すつみちゃんラブラブって感じかしら。
Maybe she's toying with me. I couldn't help thinking that, but Himiko-san was always like this, one-sidedly getting all worked up, whatever I said, and cheerfully following her own pace to the end. And then, just when we had that exchange, wonder who it could be. The person who came in was an older lady I didn't recognize. It was the first time I saw anyone come to this room. Her mother? Himiko-san, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
ああ、特にって感じかしら。
Guess it can't be your mother. Today is a bathing day. What shall I do?
大丈夫よ。お気遣いどうもね。
Then, if there's anything, feel free to say. With those final words, the lady I didn't know left the room again. At first, I thought it was a family member, but it seemed to be otherwise. Maybe it was a helper. Since she was wearing an apron, she seemed like one. It was just that I felt she was somehow different from the other people I knew called helpers.
今の人は？ああ、ヘルパーの人よ。別の人の担当だけどね。
It seemed that I was right that she was a helper. But because there really did seem to be a difference, Himiko-san explained about helpers here. It seemed that the helpers of the general wards were generally supposed to help people in the physical sense. Depending on a hospital, it could be a job. There also seemed to be some who looked upon it as a form of part-time work. Compared to that, the 7th floor helpers. Because the mental care was relatively important, if you came thinking it was a part-time job, you apparently wouldn't be accepted.
まあ、少なくともこの病院、この7階では全員ボランティアのはずよ。そうなんだ。偉いんだね。
I was a bit impressed. It might have been obvious, but I had heard that those who have not been informed beforehand cannot enter the 7th floor. For those people who by their own choosing volunteer for free for the sake of those patients, I plainly felt admiration. But at my reaction, Himeko-san,
そうね。偉いわね。
she replied without conviction. Looking at it normally, you'd think you'd sense a bit of something like appreciation. And then Himeko-san's words from before. Though assigned to someone else, that someone else nagged at me. From just those words, one would think that Himeko-san's assigned helper also existed somewhere. But so far, I had never seen anyone like that.
姫子さんの担当の人は？いないわよ。いない？どうして？だって私には必要ないもん。
Plainly, that was the only answer she gave. I didn't really understand, but maybe the 7th floor helpers could be refused if the patient said so. Certainly, Himeko-san, when compared to the other people of the 7th floor, could walk normally and, because she was young, was lively, but come to think, since I've come here, I had not once seen any family members come to visit.
でも今はあなたが来てくれたからね。
It's as if she saw what I was thinking and replied,
ありがとう。これで残り3つになったわ。残り3つ？ええ。年の離れた友達が欲しかったのよ。ほら、よくあるじゃない。死ぬまでにしたい10のことって。
and she lightly used the word dying. That might also be because she's off the 7th floor, but to have that word said in a cheery voice suddenly was jarring. However, the 10 things one wants to do before dying. What they were, I didn't know. How much time Himeko-san had left, I also didn't know. Looking at it the other way, I could say there were 3 things remaining.
まあ、あれよ、説明。聖書が正しければ、世界は7日で作られたそうよ。だから、私に残された時間でも、大抵のことは可能だと思わない？
Because you're God?
それ、例えになってないわよ。まあ、そんなこと言わずにさ、残り3つなんだから、よかったら付き合ってよ。
Looks like we've become friends, the 2 of us. Upon the first week of a meeting, I've been asked to go along with the 3 remaining things to do before dying. Himeko-san's words. I didn't know how serious she was, but it seemed that I would probably be coming to this place often. As the sun slowly sank and the sky stained orange, I left the hospital. Today, I may have been at a hospital too long. As I was thinking that, my eyes landed on a schoolyard. Again, there were children running around happily. Even the metal bar I did the somersault on before had plenty of patrons today. Summer vacation, dusk, the voices of Higurashi, sweaty playing children. Each and everything were the everyday parts that built up a scene of a common summer day. There was nothing out of place. No one who made a strange face like mine from a single somersault. "Ne-san, what's wrong?" As I continued to stand gazing, one child that was playing spoke to me. "Did you want to come play with the bar?"
別に、なんでもないわよ。
With just that answer, I turned on my heel. Looking up, the sky was already darkening. I hurried along the road home.
ただいま。おかえり。ちょうど晩ご飯の支度ができたところよ。
Looking at the clock, it was already about 7. Today, Mother had come home first. And together with Mother, we began our usual early dinner. 7 is early for dinner?
そういえば、今日は遅かったわね。ちょっと、病院寄ってたから。あら？今日って検診の日だっけ？そうじゃないけど。
I worried about how to answer. How should I talk about Himeko-san? Being an acquaintance seemed safe, but after thinking a bit, I decided to answer like Himeko-san said.
友達のところに行ってたから。友達？
Mother repeated my words back to me. She also had a surprised, unbelieving sort of expression. However, mother having that kind of reaction was probably unavoidable. For the word friend to come out of my mouth was itself rare. While at the very least, in these past few years, it had probably have been impossible.
そう。よかったわね、節美。お友達ができて。
And this time, she happily continued speaking. To that happy mother, I spoke about the events that happened up until now. That she was a very kind onesan. That lately I've been going to play every day. That often I was taken to go eat ice cream.
へえ、優しそうなお姉さんね。
It's not like I was lying, but I wasn't able to say that she was a resident of the 7th floor. Why I thought that, I didn't know the exact reason. Being on the 7th floor wasn't Himiko-san's fault. It was no one's fault. I knew that. Because I was in a similar position, because at some point, the people I knew disappeared, I knew it even more so. It was probably the feeling of not wanting to worry her. I'm sure that mother would imagine that it was another normal patient, or perhaps a nurse. But to deny that didn't seem like something I could do.
そうだ。じゃあ明日からお弁当も作ってあげようか。この距離でもわざわざ帰ってくるの面倒でしょ。
Mother continued being happy. Lately, my health had been good, and probably hearing I had made a friend made her extra happy. I wouldn't say it out loud, but I think it hasn't been since the 6th grade trip. She had always put effort into making lunch for me.
任せて。豪華なの作ってあげるから。
In front of such a happy mother, I could say nothing. As always, all I could do was quietly eat the fries. And that's the theme of our next episode. Croquettes. Well, let's go for it, since we missed so many last time. There's the higurashi. Even though it was still morning, it already felt like midday. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. In that, walking the 3-minute distance, I again was headed toward the hospital. In my hands, the usual tote bag with a pattern of yellow sunflowers on white. Nothing in particular had changed from yesterday. It was just another summer day. What differed was, hidden inside the tote bag, the lunch that mother had made for me.
Oi! Setsumi!
Called from far away, I turned towards a familiar voice.
どうしたの？こんな場所で。待ってたのよ。ちょっと手伝ってほしくって。
With just those words, Himiko-san quickly started walking. Just where was she going? Wherever it wasn't the main entrance, but the rear. While not knowing what was happening, I followed along.
Hi! 到着!
The place we'd come to was the hospital's courtyard. Around the small fountain was a clock and many flower beds. While I had been hospitalized, it had been a place I came to numerous times. A Narcissus flower's going to feature.
ここがどうかしたの？ほらそこ見てよ。
What Himiko-san was pointing at was the corner of a flower bed, roughly 3 meters square. It was just that even though there was grass and flowers blooming around it, that patch alone had nothing growing in it.
そんなわけで、じゃーん！何それ？球根よ、球根。今からここに植えようと思ってね。
Proudly, Himiko-san took out a bulb from a plastic bag in her hand and showed me. Counting them up, there seemed to be around 100. Sure, if 2 people were planting, it'd be done in about an hour. But I was worried about something else.
勝手に植えていいの？だってこの区画は冬用の場所だし。私が尋ねたのは勝手にの部分よ。大丈夫だって。別に怒られたりしないから。
I really didn't feel like much of an explanation. But winter use probably meant that it was for flowers that bloom in the winter. And I understood that for some reason, and now was the time to plant them. But even then, I didn't see how that connected with planting in the hospital's flower beds without permission. Or were the people of the 7th floor permitted this much freedom?
じゃあ始めましょうか。10センチほど折ってから球根を埋めてね。
While she said that, she handed a bag of bulbs and a small gardening trowel over. Recently, my health had been fine, so this wasn't a problem. But I wondered if it was alright for Himiko-san to work under this blazing sky. I couldn't help but worry about that. But Himiko-san herself was planting with amazing vigor. Maybe gardening was a hobby. One might believe that since her hands moved unnaturally well.
そうそう。そんな感じで軽く土もかけてね。
Once in a while, as I watched and imitated her, she would give instructions.
ね。これって何の花なの？水仙よ。知ってる？名前くらいは。
Even so, I could only remember that they were white flowers. Having only seen them blooming on TV or in a book, this was the first time I've held a bulb like this.
ね。これって珍しいのよ。今の時期にあるなんて。そうなの。本来は夏の終わり頃だからね。
And then Himiko-san taught me various things. I hope you're not planting them extra early because you're going to die very soon. That the scientific name was Narcissus, from the family Amaryllidaceae. Well, you could grow them from seeds. But since they take a few years to bloom, bulbs are planted instead. How in the dip of winter, when the flower beds were a lonely place, their single cloud blooming from was impressive and beautiful.
やっぱり園芸が趣味なの？別に趣味ってわけじゃないわよ。じゃあどうして詳しいの？どっちかというと職業柄かな。
A gardener, a florist. But before she had said she liked cars. I didn't really understand. I still didn't know much about Himiko-san.
何してもこれが咲く頃には私はいないけどね。
And as always, cheerfully talking about things that make you stop short. What I knew was that she was a resident of the 7th floor, and that the rest of her time was within sight. In paying that no heed, she does these things and was a person who could be called carefree.
さて、だいたい終わったし、そろそろ部屋に帰りましょう。
Together, we carefully washed our hands and headed to the 7th floor. Right in front of us as we got off the elevator was a large cart carrying lunch. It was already that time. And so, with Himiko-san's lunch tray in hand, we went back to the room. Normally, when this time came, I'd be heading back home to eat lunch.
ねえ、せつみ、一緒に食堂行く？あなたも家まで帰るのめんどくさいでしょ。
Holding her own tray, Himiko-san made this suggestion. Normally, I would have wound up thinking it over, but today was a bit different.
今日私、お弁当持ってきてるから。あなたお弁当持ってきてるの？お母さんが作ってくれたから。
As I spoke, I took out a lunchbox from the tote bag and opened it on a small table near the bed. And the frozen barley tea I brought along was now melted just right for drinking.
どうかした？せつみー！びっくりした。私は今猛烈に感動してるのよ。まさかこんな場所にお弁当持参で来てくれる子がいるとは。ありがとう。ありがとね。抱きつかないで。ちょっとオーバーだったかしら。
And so we began eating lunch together. Himiko-san got off the bed, and we sat in folding chairs next to each other. By the way, Himiko-san's lunch, even though it was the 7th floor, didn't look all that different from the food we ate in the other rooms. I wondered if it would have been extremely luxurious, but it was what you could call a plain hospital lunch. Compared to that, my lunch, which mother had put effort into making, spicy fried tofu, tons of croquettes. It was very lively.
ねえねえ、一つもらっていい？どうぞ。いただきまーす。でっから、これカレーコロッケね。
It wasn't supposed to be all that spicy, but Himiko-san drank far too much water.
大丈夫？実は私って辛いの超苦手なのよね。
Like her normal image, some tears were in her eyes. She looked so pitiful. I decided to tell her what was in them.
これが野菜コロッケ。はい。そっちはかぼちゃ。手前のは肉コロッケよ。もしかして見ただけで中身がわかるの？
I gave a nod at her words. So, to show the half-believing, half-doubting Onesa, I split open the croquettes with my chopsticks.
ほら、合ってるわよ。なんでわかるのよ。外見全く同じなのに。全く同じってわけでもないわ。少なくとも私には見分けつかないわね。ねえ、もしかしてコロッケに詳しいの？別に。
I didn't think it was all that amazing myself. Basically, from eating them every day, I just learned to pick out the little differences between the outsides.
ごちそうさまでした。
Once our meal was finished, I placed a now empty lunchbox once again into the tote bag.
ねえ、コロッケ博士。はい。食後のアイスに行かない？
Could it be that Professor Croquette meant me?
変なあだ名。つけないでよ。気に入らなかったみたいね。
Beyond the windows that could only open 15 centimeters was the summer sky. The voices of noisily crying cicadas and Himiko-san's bright laughing voice rang out in the narrow room. There, always bright and cheery, was Himiko-san. And just maybe, I too was smiling. Afterwards, we passed the time as usual in the room. When we parted, as I was making to leave the 7th floor.
ちょっと。
Turning around, there was an Onesan I didn't know. A cute frilly skirt, a red apron, and a rosary on her chest left an impression. Other helpers I've seen before wore the same aprons, so that probably meant this person was also a helper.
私に何か。ここは関係者か肉親以外ご遠慮いただいているのですが、それともどちらかのご家族の方でしたか？
For a moment, I thought about how to answer, and then slowly opened my mouth.
姫子って人の友達。あなたが友達？そう言われているわ。何？いえ、なんでもないです。失礼しました。
With those words, the Onesan once again went off somewhere. What was that just now? It was probably a helper, but... Around when the sun had completely set, and today's dinner was ending.
まあ、綺麗に食べてくれたのね。
At the empty lunchbox, Mother looked pleased.
じゃあ、明日からも作ってあげるわね。ありがとう。
Truth was, Himiko-san had eaten the fries for me, but I wasn't able to reveal that. Once I opened a window in the room, just a bit of cool night wind came in. My room. By the window, the sailor uniform was drying. The sweltering summer heat made me want to go turn on the air conditioner. But when I thought about father, who still hadn't come home yet, I stopped. Come to think of it, Himiko-san. In the end, she was really vague about it, but I wonder if planting flowers in the flower bed without permission would cause her any problems. On top of that, the story from before about how she didn't need a helper, and how no one came to visit her was also mysterious. Name Himiko. Libra. Blood type AB. ID bracelet color was white. I still probably didn't know anything about Onesa. Well, looks like next time will be the punishment. Hopefully it's not too bad. Until next time.